It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be making our best squad in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM that you can assemble right now. A lot of these things are preference based. I feel like you could make a case before I dive into this thing about 5 or 10 different point guards. You know, some guys that I think you could make the case for that I personally didn't include. I mean, such as even a guy, let's say, like Magic Johnson. I think you could have definitely had him up there. Even, you know, Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, Gary Payton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You know, there's just so many different options. Obviously, I had to include 2 of them, but I'm just saying it's all preference-based at the end of the day. So as I dive into my point guard position, realize that Luka Doncic, I think as far as just a complete point guard, it doesn't get much better than Luka. I've said that since the start. I've been a massive fan of Luka even when nobody else has been. So, look, I know a lot of you guys are going to look at this and be like, really, Ty? Luka is not good. I don't like Luka. He is going to give you a solid defense and a release that you can green with. Now, is his release on the slower side of things? Absolutely. Is his movement not great? It's not great, but Luka Doncic plays well enough in my team to be at my starting point guard position. Starting shooting guard position, this one's as big of a no-brainer as there is pink diamond Kobe Bean Bryant. Now, Kobe, best offensive shooting guard in the entire game and probably our best offensive player in the entire game. Take whatever point guard you want alongside him. I would try to get some defense alongside him. So whether that's DiVincenzo, Gary Payton, Drew, whoever you want to plug next to Kobe is a-okay. I went with Luka Doncic. Kobe, fade, good. His release, one of the best in the game. He can dunk on anybody. He literally runs everybody's offense right now in my team. And as far as I'm concerned, until we get a, you know, shooting guard that is the next Kobe or another guy that can move as good as Kobe, like maybe even a Terry, for example, it's going to be Kobe's world in my team as it is right now. Starting small forward position, this one might, you know, divide the community. I'm going with Diamond LeBron James. Now look, is LeBron James the best small forward in the game? I don't think so, and we'll get to that. But I have to plug LeBron James in right here because I think he's one of the most complete small forwards in the game. And, you know, there's no real bad parts about running Brown. He's going to green every shot you take with him. He's going to dunk the ball incredibly well. He's going to play fantastic defense. There's just really nothing wrong with Brown. The only thing in the future I really want from Brown is obviously that release on Quick, which is definitely going to help out a little bit. LeBron James, in my opinion, the best small forward in the game. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Power forward position, we're going pink diamond Chet Holmgren. Now, I pronounce his name wrong sometime. Holmgren is right. Here's the deal with Chet. 7-1. Gonna knock down shots defensively, very solid. The best part about Chet is the fact that he is 7'1". He's gonna green shots. You can't leave him for a second. Has half range, I do believe. The card is just absolutely fantastic. Now, the best part about Chet is the fact that the card was absolutely free. And he's better than every reward we got this season. Like Michael Redd, Jimmy Butler's last season. Michael Redd, Larry Bird, even the level 40 Magic Johnson. All those cards, not very good. Chet, 200 blocks, you get him. He's plugged into the starting lineup in the best squad in the game, which is absolutely insane. Starting center, I'm plugging in Victor Wembanyama. No center is on the same level as Victor Wembanyama. I think for center number 2, you can plug a variety of guys in there. Obviously, you know, people are going to have their preferences, whether it's Hakeem, whether, you know, it's D-Rob, those types of things. But I think at the center one, it is Victor Wembanyama by a wide margin. Card is 7'4". He's going to knock down shots, has a normal leaner. I mean, there's just no cons or bad parts about Victor. The only bad thing you can say is, but Ty, he only has the bronze brick wall. And yes, that is a little bit of a downside. So if that's kind of the point you are trying to make, I get it. Victor Wembanyama, my best center right now in my team. Headlining the bench unit, this one might surprise you guys, Diamond Penny Hardaway. Now in the 11th spot, I'm going to plug in Drew Holiday. I think those are, you know, your next 2 best point guards in the game. Again, if you want to plug in Gary Payton, Dante DiVincenzo, go right ahead. And honestly, if you want to plug in Devin Booker to this bench unit, I'm not going to complain either because I think Devin Booker is absolutely fantastic. Problem with me and Devin Booker is he doesn't play any defense. Penny Hardaway, 6'7", good defensively. Offensively is just fine. I just think as far as all-around point guards, him and Luka are your top 2. They're tall, they're lengthy. If they get switched on to like a, you know, Giannis and Chet, they can remotely hold their own. And I think that's why they're valuable. I mean, both those cards can do a lot of good things for you on the court. Penny Hardaway, my backup point guard. At the 2, a lot of you guys aren't going to like this one. Pink Diamond Michael Jordan. Now, if you were in my stream, I know I lost in my tournament, my team tournament last night, but if you were in my stream on Twitch, make sure to go follow that, TyDeBo2405. You saw MJ get absolutely bumpy and take over 2 different games. I mean, he absolutely can take over games with how good he is defensively. You want the best on-ball defender in the game. You're looking at him right there with the pink diamond, Michael Jordan. Is his release slow? Yes. Is his offense, not great? Because of that release, sure. His fade's not good. His release isn't good. He's kind of a rim running point guard, but his movement is still pretty defense. And the main reason you're running Michael Jordan, or I'm going to plug in Michael Jordan, is because I want to plug in Scottie Pippen. I do believe Scottie Pippen is your best small forward in the entire game, which is why when I was talking about LeBron, I'm like, look, he's got to be plugged in here next to Kobe Bryant, because you got to run MJ and Scottie together. I'm telling you guys right now, they are not worth the lock-in. So if you do not have MJ, you do not have Scottie, that's fine. You can run plenty of other guys that can hold it down at those respective positions. But I'm telling you, they are, in my opinion, the next best small forward and shooting guard in the entire game, especially when you get the dynamic duo, get them to a Galaxy Opal, just gonna make them that little bit better. Again, I'm telling you guys straight up, I do not think they're worth the MT, so save your MT when possible. MJ, Scottie do make the best squad in the game right now, in my opinion. Backup power forward, Pink Diamond Giannis. Now, I was just looking at this the other day. Do you realize all the good cards we got with Pink Diamond Giannis? Like, the amount of good cards that we got in that Giannis set was just absolutely ridiculous. Now, was Giannis worth locking in? Again, that is totally up to you. I can't tell you guys, oh yeah, he was worth locking in, or say he wasn't worth locking in. That is ultimately up to you. But the one thing about Giannis is you got a ton of good cards if you did lock it in. And so that's kind of my thing with Giannis is, you got D-Book, you got AD, you got JT, you got Kawhi, you got Drew, you got all of those guys, I do believe, when locking in for Giannis. And that's why I'm like, I think he's somewhat worth it, because you got a lot of solid guys with Giannis. Now, yes, Giannis's release is on the slower side of things. It's pretty baited. But if you get that timing down, people will leave him wide open. And if you can green with Giannis, it's just instant green light. Green after green after green, because you're going to get wide open after wide open after wide open. Now, next to Giannis, it's really personal preference. I'm going to plug in 2 different guys. You guys can choose between them. The new Joel Embiid and the Diamond David Robinson. I'm going back and forth between them. I really like this Joel Embiid. I think he's absolutely fantastic. I think he rebounds the ball well, greens a lot of shots for me. And I think when you talk about complete centers in the entire game, he's definitely right up there. D-Rob, I think D-Rob's release is a little bit quicker. He does have an inch on Joel Embiid. He's 7'1" instead of 7 feet tall. And I think for most people, D-Rob is just more of a comfort player than Joel Embiid. But I think you just got to plug in the guy you are personally most comfortable with. If that's Joel Embiid, rock out with Joel Embiid. I think the card is absolutely fantastic. And if that is David Robinson for you guys, plug him in right there and you are not going to notice any issues. We've got 1 spot left. Who gets it? It's really your preference. I'm plugging in Pink Diamond Klay Thompson. Because why? I think sometimes you can struggle with Michael Jordan a little too much. And if you are struggling with MJ that little bit and need just a little more offense, I think Pink Diamond Klay is a perfect guy to plug in. Some honorable mentions that you guys could have included is like a Devin Booker diamond card in that backup point guard position. I think a lot of guys really want that card. Now, when I look at the final 13 cards, here's what I noticed. Okay, Luka, expensive. Kobe, ridiculously expensive. Bron, ridiculously expensive. Chet, free. Wemby, super expensive. Lock-in. Penny, lock-in. MJ, Scottie, super expensive lock-ins. Giannis, lock-in. Joel Embiid, free. Drew, obviously, in the Giannis set. Klay, pretty expensive. D-Rob, obviously, pretty expensive. And so this squad is super expensive. But the nice part about it is you got a couple of free cards in here. And so let's say you got Chet, you got Joel Embiid. Just build your squad from there out, even if you can't get some of these best cards in the game. You can pick up a guy like Drew, maybe a guy like D-Rob to help your squad out that little bit. Because a lot of these cards are just going to be so expensive. As always, guys, save as much MT as possible as we continue on in Season 4 of my team. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.